Hey, alright guys, here we go again then. Today's video is all about a deconstructive patatas bravas. It's not even deconstructive because it's not been harvested yet. So basically what we got potatoes, tomatoes and chilies all being potted on really. Some are going into hydroponics, some are going into pots, and some I'm giving away to my son. I'll tell you what, I might even do a video about patatas bravas. Basically spicy potatoes, you know. Right, let's get on with it. Oh, you're right guys, finally getting around to potting up these Kondor. Now we've got three types. I got these ones that were my very first Kondor where I cut them open and I cut the eye in half and they've grown quite well. But that's a bit dodgy, that one. Just sidetracking, Steve, stop that. We got these ones which are just numbered K1 to 16 I think it is. And that's a particularly good one, and they are just eyes on their own. And then we got these ones. Now this is a rose eye. It's the one on the top of the spud that you get lots and lots of eyes around it. And as you can see on this, see there's three coming up. That would be great if you're going to eat it. But what I'm going to be doing is, well, I'm growing giant potatoes, so that's no good to me. But what I will do with these is I'll use these to increase my stock. I'll put them into big pots and just grow more. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to tip most of them out, see what's in here, and then decide which ones to keep, if you know what I mean, because it's a bit brutal. You know, oh crikey, they're pot bound. So let me just zoom in a bit and have a look, eh? Right, I've selected those, 1, 2, 3 half eyes. Can't see myself now, 3 half eyes, yeah. You notice they're different colour leaves. Isn't that weird? Yeah. So 3 half eyes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sturdy single eyes, some with mycorrhizal, some without. And I think they'll do, that's 9, so that'll do for the individual stems. And I'm going to do a few of the multi-stems properly, just to see what happens. I can always fertile around and take out any extra spuds, can't I? And of course my plans could all change, because when I look in the pots they could be rubbish. So Mother Earth, a little bit of old compost lying around as well. No fertiliser in this, I just want to pot them onto larger pots and then we'll go into the main pots in a week or two. I just want to get them out of here because I know they're pot bound. So first up then, let's have a look at half eye. Well, nothing to say about that really, it's half an eye potato. And I'm going to try and not bury the stem. Now normally with potatoes you would bury it, wouldn't you? But then you get potatoes coming off all the way up. I don't want that. I just want the potato to grow down below. So that's about a good height. Do the old fill from the outside thingy. Oh. It's still got loads of these blooming seeds, ash seeds falling off that tree behind me. I was up the allotment today actually, and I thought, oh, what's that weed? Pulled it up, roots like that. Yes, it's the ash. So any old stuff from here going up there's got ash seeds in it. Just have to be careful. Right. Mycorrhizal. Oh crikey. Here we are, so label, and a good drink. Let's put these somewhere. Oh, there we are. All right, one down. Yeah, see no spuds poking through just yet. I know some people have got spuds on their, what am I doing? On their single seed potato challenge potatoes. Well, I'll just do this one, then I'll bring you back if I find anything exciting. Right. Some of the bigger pots just need more room to put them. I didn't get where I am today by thinking. Well, that's me again. I got them all potted up. The recording went all wrong with the multi-stem ones, but I just want to show you what I did. So I had, I think it's 2 of each. 2 rose eye, and this particular one's got 3 coming out of it. A normal eye, which is only 1 eye, and it's got 2 coming out. These would be great for the challenge, the single seed potato challenge. And this is the half eye. Remember the ones I cut in half, and that's got 2 coming out as well. So I potted them all up, and here they are, what they look like. That's a rose one, lovely. That's a normal eye. That particular one's got 4. And there's a half eye one with 2. So they'll be in these pots for, I suspect, 2 to 3 weeks. And then we'll get them into the bags, get them into the big bags, which is what I need to do next with the true potato seed. Okay guys, hope it's not too bright for you. Finally got around to potting on the true potato seed. God, desperately needed potting on these are. Just have a quick look at what they, oh look, 3 or 4 on there, lovely. Zoom in on that one. Put that back for a minute. Nothing showing on that one. Ooh, covered in compost. Nothing on that one. I've done one out the front and that had 3 or 4 on it. I'll put a little still up for that. I filmed it, but it was so bright even I couldn't see what I was doing. And this is the one I've been looking at quite often because it's got the 3 little, it was the one I marked up as having 3 tubers on it already. And one there somewhere, yeah. So we'll pot this one up now then. And all I'm using for this is recycled, repurposed, what you want to call it, potato compost. A little bit of Q4 in there just to keep it going. And what I'll do, I'll zoom in a little bit and show you me putting it in these 20, I think they're 27, no, 20 odd litre potato bags anyway. I'm going to say, not like you need to see people potting up potatoes, but you know, this is true potato seed. Going to be saving more of my own compost. I mean, up until this year, what I normally do with this potato compost is I save a bit and scatter most of it on the allotment. But what I'll be doing once the peat is gone, I'll be saving this stuff and for potatoes, and then putting the rubbishy cheap stuff, if you like, on the plots, unless there's a decent alternative, of course, in which case totally ignore what I just said. Yeah, bury that as deep as I can. Be interesting to see what potatoes come out of these. I mean, I've been reading about it quite a bit because I'm quite interested in it really. It says you can have fantastic potatoes, but they could taste like burp, you know. So, and I'm looking at these, the colour of them, I'm thinking they might be possibly Sarpomira, or at least one of the parents anyway. Okay, there you are then. How's that? That's 2 out of 5 done. I'll do the rest and show you them at the front. Right then, here's the true potato seed all bagged up outside in the front garden. There we are. Alright guys, just a quick look at my tomato setup in the front garden before I start planting up, so you can see it in its naked form. What we got on each of the 4 tanks are 4 planters. The planters are filled with a mix of cocoa coir and clay balls. So I'll get you a sample here, look. There we are. So, and I've used this for 3 seasons. I don't see any reason why not to. Tomatoes seem to grow okay. So what happens is, the bottom of each pot is a great big wick. I don't think I'll be able to find it. It's a wick. It comes up from the tank and feeds the pot, keeps it moist. I mean, look at that, that's wet. So we got that, and also what we got is solar panels. I haven't set these up properly yet, they're just lying here. If I turn this one to the sun, here we are, you can see the water and the feeds coming out. Now normally they come out these drippers rather than the full flow like that, so if I just block that one off, you flow down these. There we are, dripping at the bottom. We're trying to hold it steady. There we are. Okay, so there's 2 of those in each pot, and on top of the pot we got anti-evaporation lids, and I just drilled some holes to put the drippers through. And also the lids serve as supports for the canes, and I just make like a little structure up here for all the tomatoes. So I think that's about it. I mean, I feed it with, I'll show you the feed in a minute, and the feed I use most for the hydroponics is in these 2 tubs. There's part A and part B. Part A is a 12-0-12 mix, and it has calcium in. Now calcium is very hard to get in a liquid form, so concentrated liquid form. It's okay when it's diluted. And the second one, part B, is 6-9-25 with all those trace elements down there. I'm not going to read them all out. So if these 2 parts were supplied together, the calcium would it would mix itself out. It would combine with everything else. It's quite reactive calcium, as you know. Well, there we are, all set up. I've popped a marigold in all of them, I think. No, 7 of the 8. I didn't have enough to go in one. I had to go and buy some, believe it or not. Right then, what we got here then? So starting at this end, we got Cherokee from Danny, Chirami and Meccano. They are some RZ varieties. Crimson Crush at the end. This one here, Pink Brandywine. Rose to Burn, my favourite from last year. Could be different this year, I don't know. Brad's Atomic Grape from Danny again. And Big Mama. Quite big tomatoes on that one. Interestingly, I don't know if you've ever seen this before, Pink Brandywine has a potato leaf. That's a potato leaf. That's a tomato leaf. So if I do lose the label, at least I'll know which one that is. There we are then, guys. And now that the sun's gone in, I can show you the mini hydroponics, the wicking system with the solar pump again at the front. We got aubergine, Turkish orange, aubergine white Casper, and that is the Oishi pink tomato from Leanne. Right, here we go then, time to sow the giant tomato seeds. Now these are UK record seeds from 2020, 6.85 pounds. Big Zac, and it's got all the lineage of how the tomatoes were bred to produce those seeds. Normal multi-purpose compost, got a bit of vermiculite mixed in with it, just to keep it sweet. I don't want to risk losing these seeds. And I'm only going to sow 3. There we are. Little bit of the older, very dilute seaweed liquid. That'll do. And 3 seeds. I'm going to do, I've got 10 seeds, so I'm going to do 3 every week, because we're aiming to get a big tomato ready for end of September. And you know, as you know, tomatoes normally bear fruit in 80 days from sowing. But it could be that these take longer, so 1. And I'm using a whole quarter seed tray for just 3 seeds. I'm going to put just a little bit of compost over the top. Just a little bit. And then what I'm going to do is water it again so the compost is wet on top. And then I'm going to cover it with vermiculite because I don't want the surface caking and you know, the young seeds not being able to get out properly. So there we are. I'll do. Lid on. Heat mat in the greenhouse. Heat mat 25, 26. Yeah, so first lot sown. Okay then guys, here we are in the front garden. This is my AutoPot Easy2Grow chilli system. So what we got basically is, let's scan you back a bit, we got a reservoir, a big tank, 40 odd litres. That's where the water and nutrients go, and it travels through a pipe to each one of the trays. There's 3 trays. So what I've got is I've got the basic system with 2 extensions. So that's an extension and that's an extension. So the trays flood, and what happens, you've got in between each of these 2 11-litre pots, we've got a thing called an aqua valve. Clever little bit of kit. It's made of 2 floats with 2 valves. The floats float, and when it gets to the required level, it's about, I don't know, ½ inch, 3/4 inch deep in the tray. One of the floats seals off the water. Now the inside float starts to fall, but it stops because there's a vacuum there, and it won't drop any further until the water is nearly all gone out of the tray. And then it will drop, allow air into the top chamber, and the water will flood back in again. So basically it's an ebb and flow system. So a 1 valve system would keep the pots constantly in water. What this does, it lets the pot sit in water, and the water gradually reduces, and then it tops up again. Good bit of kit. The media I'm using again is cocoa coir and clay balls, and I'll be putting 6 different chillies in here in a minute, and I'll show you what I've done. You can't see it now, but underneath the growing media in each pot is a mat very similar to this one, and what that mat does is stop the roots going out of the pot. But this mat is called a Marix disc, Marix mat. This sits under the pot and stops the media falling out into the solution in the tray. Just stops the valve getting blocked up and everything. And there's the Marix disc going in. Totally permeable, as you'll see. There we are, look. Just stops the soil from contaminating the aqua valve, like I said. Right, potting up, here we go. Well, here we are then, all planted up. So back left we got jalapeno. Next to that at the back we got cayenne. Just in front of that we got golden cayenne. Centre left, number 15 is Anaheim. And the two at the front on the left we've got Onivec, and next to that is Padron. So a little bit of a sort of cage for them, just to, not a cage, just a support really, because they do blow over a little bit. And I've put them on those corners there so no one bangs themselves on them. Right then guys, that's most of the chillies potted on. Cool. Didn't know I'd grown so many. 33 Hallow Mother Earth compost mixed in with cocoa coir, the cocoa coir compost from my first compost trial, and some chicken manure pellets and a little bit of Q4. So, oh lovely. Looks like I was well in need of potting on. There we are then. I'm not going to show you the rest because I've got about 32 to do. Right, still got a fair few to pot on, but rain has stopped play, so I'm going indoors now. I did manage to get these 6 in here first though, so I got 6 peppers in the pallet collar. But I'm glad it's raining because it's been dry as a bone lately. Right guys, hope you enjoyed this. Stay safe, take care, and look after yourselves and all that. And I'll catch you next time.